I don't think there's any greater pressure out there than the pressure of parenting. And so there's all these things that either intentionally or not intentionally we teach our kids because of who we are and how we live our lives. And one of the most important things that we will ever teach our kids is about our faith. And I'm afraid sometimes that we come to church for an hour and we sit under some good teaching and we tell people, yeah, I go to church, I'm a man of faith, or I'm a person of faith because I go to church for an hour on Sunday. But then we walk out the doors and we live our life in doubt and fear and unbelief because we don't know the promises of God and how to implement them in our families. You may not be called like Moses was to lead a nation out of slavery, but you are called in this generation and in this time to lead people to Christ. And your family and your kids are the very first ones that you are gonna bring to Christ and see walk over that threshold and become children of God. Your home is supposed to be built as a place of protection and a place of peace and covering for your family, so that when your kids come home from being out in the world and facing all of the things that they have to face out there, that your home is a refuge and a place of protection and peace for them, and you are called to build that home. And in Hebrews chapter 6, it says these two things, which make up the substance of what we hold on to in a life of faith. These are the two unchangeable, unshakable things that God cannot lie about. He makes promises to us, and he gladly backs them up with his character. And you may say, I've never heard God's voice. I've never heard him make a promise to me. Well, again, like I said, this book is full of them. And if you're not reading it, if you're not looking at it all of the time, you're never going to know what those promises are. And the Bible says that sometimes it's the fervent prayer of a righteous man that avails much. That sometimes we need to go before God and say, God, you promised, and I believe it. And even though I don't see it happening yet in my family, even though I don't see it manifesting yet, I believe it's going to happen, and I am not going to give up until I see it happen. And sometimes we need to go back in front of him and back before him time and time again before we actually see the promises manifest. That as you focus your heart on building God's house, as you're so intently focused on organizing your life and rearranging things in your life around your faith and putting those things first and making them a priority and making it a priority in your family that God is first. He says, because you care so much about me, I'm going to care about you. And I'm going to take care of your family. Isn't that an awesome promise from God?